Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. That was such a millennial break, but I like it so because I'm millennial at heart, and yeah, I own it. So guys, how are you? Happy New Year. I am so glad to be here again to speak to you guys. It has been such a wild year, and I mean 2024. 2024 was such a wild ride, and I would say my greatest takeaway from 2024 was to live for something greater than yourself. I'm going to add a link to a podcast of one of my friends, and her name is Tolu. I love Tolu so much. I honor Tolu so much. She's such a beautiful and gentle soul. So if Tolu is saying something, it comes from a very, very deep place of wisdom, because she's very soft-spoken and quiet, very observant. So that podcast really resonated with me, and it made me realize like my true biggest takeaway from 2024 was living for something greater than yourself. I have never in my life been more depressed than I was in 2024, because I was just trying to circle back everything to me, how something has happened has impacted me, how this me. Like, the cycle was endless. And this thing did not just affect me, it affected the things that I was supposed to do. It affected the relationships around me. It affected my relationship with my family, and even my relationship with God. I was reading this book, something about God being a father, and sometimes our relationships with like our earthly fathers, either for good or bad, impacts the way we see God, how we give God love, and how we receive love from God. And I realized like the way I was living my life last year especially was so selfish. Like, I thought like I was in a genuine problem. Like, I thought I was very sad, so yeah, the attention was right to come to me. But it just showed me how being a very self-absorbed person, regardless of how the situation is, will just keep you drowning. Like, it doesn't end. Like, once this thing you think like, oh, it's my biggest problem, it's the reason why I'm doing this, it's the reason why I'm doing that, it's the reason why I'm not moving forward, is taking off, best believe there's a new problem. So let me show you a more excellent way, like my pastor would say, a more excellent way literally this year will be to live for a cause greater than yourself. And I have dedicated this year, by the grace of God, to finding that cause. And even before I find that cause, how can I do that? Love God and love people. I feel doing those things literally gives you ideas on how to live for something greater than yourself. Yeah, like living for God, loving God, and loving people, like going the extra mile for people, wanting to come out of your own bubble sometimes and saying, oh, what's going on with you, my friend? How can I help you? How can I assist you? Like, it literally improves your life times two. Like, you might not be having it the best way, but just trying to live for something greater than yourself would improve your life drastically. I wrote some things that I will also not be doing in 2025 that I noticed that I used to do a lot last year in 2024. One of it was being the bad seed in a person's life intentionally. You can't control like the outcome of how a person perceives you. You can't control the outcome of how a person reacts to things you do. But what is within your control literally is the quality of what you do to that person. Is the state of heart you use to do something for a person. Is the intentions, yeah. Is the intentions behind those things you did for that person. There are times we know deeply and truly that we no try. And there are times we know that this one, oh, I had it in mind to show this person pepper. I had it in mind to be a mean person. I had it in mind to be a wicked person. And I realized that a lot of times in 2024, because of so many experiences, bad or negative ones, like I just saw them as a reason to be resentful, and in that resentment, like act with contempt, anger, envy, like just act in very, very awful ways. So I really decided, like last year during December, that no, this was not going to follow me in the new year. Because if you are stuck in that bubble of resentment, revenge, anger, like you can't see past yourself literally, because you are not operating in loving of God and loving of his people. Do you get that? I hope you do. Another thing is that I will stop giving excuses for people. A lot of times when we are people that are avoidant, when we are people that do not like confrontation, when we are people that do not want to step on the toes of others, things like that, we tend to just absorb the bad in them and just choose to glorify the good. And more times than usual, like it's always to our detriment, because these people that you are doing this for, they literally can't do the same for you. Like it's not even about they can't, like they do not have the capacity to do the same for you. And so it's just to your own disadvantage to keep it's your own disadvantage to keep making excuses for people. When people show you who they are once, when people tell you like, oh, this is me, you better take it, you better believe it, and you better hold on to it till they prove different, till they prove they've changed. But don't go into anything with the mindset of, oh, this person did this because of this, because people always know what they're doing. Just the way you know when you're trying to be wicked or mean to somebody, or how you also choose to be good intentionally to people. People always know what they're doing. Nobody is like ever clueless, especially when this is something you've communicated. You can't keep giving excuses for people, and that's one lesson I've learned and I'm carrying into 2025 solidly. Another thing I learned in 2024 is to talk less and do more. Think less and do more. In the reboot camp, like a program we have towards the end of the year in my church, by the end of the year in our church here, December, my pastor was saying something about how sometimes your problem is not even the work that needs to be done. Your problem is like you are just stuck in the talking and thinking phase. This is not to say that talking and thinking are bad things in any way. They are not. But the problem is when you notice a pattern of you talking and thinking but never doing. Girl, hold your lips and get to work. The time you should be talking is when you're asking questions on how to move forward, or you're reviewing what has been done so far. But think. Nobody says you should not think, but ensure you don't get stuck in your thinking phase. Another thing I learned last year is that nobody's coming to save you. The earlier you learn that, the better. Nobody's coming to dramatically. Jesus has done it all. Let me just tell you the truth, guys. Jesus has done it all, but you still have work to do. Even after our salvation, we have the work to share the gospel. We are tasked with a responsibility to do something. Same with your life. Like, you are here already. What next? What do you want to do with yourself? Why are you dependent on if you on your own, you have not even sorted out yourself? Why do you think somebody else should be thinking for you and them? I'm not saying there are not people like this that can help you and make your life easier, but please, for the sake of God Almighty, take responsibility for your life. And not just take responsibility for your life, take it early, because your strength now is in your youth now. Like, you're never going to be this age again. You're never going to be who you were yesterday. Today, yesterday is gone, and that's how time is going. I don't want you to like close your eye and wake up and like you're 80 or 60 and you're like, oh my God, what have I done in my life? What have I done in my time? Please, 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 and please, guys, I beg you in the name of Jesus, take responsibility for your life and take it early. Nobody's going to save you. If you're going to start doing that job, do it. If you're going to start doing a business, start it. If you're going to start like even making a YouTube video, start it. Like, start it, guys. Another thing will be, by the time you're like in the deep waters, like by the time you go out, by the time you step into that uncertainty, you realize like you were literally the only one holding yourself back. You're literally the only one saying people are looking at me. I remember when this YouTube channel, I had it and I was just talking and posting. I had like 2 or 3 subscribers then, and I said, oh, it was a secret YouTube channel. Girl, before real, what do you mean by secret YouTube channel? It's out there already, so how is it a secret? I would just say I was just maybe ashamed of myself, or how I sound, or how I look, or maybe my thoughts being incoherent, and that's the reason why I said it's a secret YouTube channel. But please, there's nothing secret about the YouTube channel. If I kept quiet, it wouldn't be on 105 today. If I kept saying it's a secret YouTube channel, and I don't know who this might even help. I don't know who is listening to me. I don't know who this would even push to come out of their shell. Well, please, guys, come out of your shell. Do what you need to do, because you never know which one might work, and nobody can ever see or hear you if you keep staying in the dark, or if you keep being silent. So stop hoping and wishing like, oh, one day people will start listening to you speak this and that, but you are just caught up in your room bedrotting. Girl, be for real. Alright, for my YouTube channel this year, I will be doing more personal development related talks. I know most of the times I just come in here and say random things like, oh, this is what's going on, this is how I see it, life, blah blah, like intertwining them. They're not bad, they're very beautiful videos, I love them, but I want to make it more intentional. Yeah, like I'm not just going to be doing it like off the top of my head. I'm actually going to plan properly. This video is a thinkless action mode video, but moving forward, you guys are going to see action less. No, this video is a action more less thoughts, because I literally wrote it on my plan for the year that okay, I'll be dropping 2 videos, and this may be accountable here. I'll be dropping 2 videos per month on my YouTube, and I just saw it and I was like, I beg, no time, I'm busy, and I pushed it aside. This time again, if I saw it like this morning that, oh, post, because I was supposed to make this video on Wednesday and then post today, and I was like, no, even if it's rubbish, I'm going to say I would rather come here and be accountable to myself, saying I will think less and act more. I'd rather post this, let me feel the embarrassment here for being disorganized, and take my time to work behind the scenes and make a very, very good video and come back and post it. Guys, this year I'm serious. I'm very, very, very serious. Person with the locking, or person with one locking, they announce, they just come out with results, and that's how it's going to be, guys. No talking, no debating about things, just work on them, and from the mistakes you make on it, you make adjustments for the future. Okay, so yes, you guys should expect more personal development oriented videos, because I feel like this is something that is so tied to my purpose. I'll be taking you guys through the journey of things I'm learning through it. So kindly follow my life lessons page on Instagram. It's titled T and D. I'll write it here so you guys just follow, and I'll even add this to a link somewhere in the description. But yes, follow that one. Like, I'll just be in your faces the whole time. Practice towards perfection. It might never be perfect, but with the more consistency I take in showing up and in coming out, like for anything I want to do, work, business, you guys, I'm just going to be a very persistent person. And yeah, I miss you guys. I miss all 105 of you guys. You guys, I'm going to 500 before Q2. So let's get it. I'm going to shamelessly advertise this YouTube channel. I'm going to talk to so many people about it, because I think some of the things I say here are conversations that we actually need to have, not just very vague things. Since we should just think about like a random time. So why is this thing going this way? Why is life going this direction? And I'm not even questioning it. So I'll just be here talking about things like that. Okay. I don't know. I love you guys. See you in my next video.